The ancient Greeks had names for different kinds of love, including one called Pragma, the deep, friendly love of long married couples. I'm sure it sounds boring to some of you, but I'm into it now. I like it. I have a friend my age who lives as an alcoholic, who lived as an alcoholic for the last 2 years because his wife left him without giving any reasons. I'm not saying she didn't have her reasons. I'm just saying that my friend and I don't know what they are. That's how it is. People do stuff for their own reasons. I'm thinking about reasons because I've been trying to clean up my office at home. I have to come up with reasons to keep or discard things, which is hard for me as I'm a terrible sentimentalist. So far, I've kept everything. I kept a tiny carving that my father made in 1944 when he was 8 years old because he found a stone with a hole through it. He carved a place for the stone in a wooden base so it would stand up and carved another place for a metal frog the size of a fingernail. The frog looks like it's going to jump through the rock's hole. I keep that because it makes me feel love going generations back. I didn't know my grandparents too well, but we both totally loved the child that made that model. I kept a little wooden house hanging on my office wall. It has red doors that have been given a patina of gold. If you open the doors, you'll find a gray white heart inside. My children gave that to me when they were small. I guess it's a piece of cheap folk art, but it can't just be idly observed. I have to go over and open the doors for just a few minutes every once in a while. The reason I keep it is it makes me feel a little holy. I kept a suicide note that I wrote 40 years ago. I don't know why I kept that. It's a pretty good suicide note. It's not angry or bitter. I was totally cool about killing myself. It doesn't argue from the perspective of youthful passions or unbearable angst beyond the understanding of an old man like me. It actually offers a fairly sound Bukowskian reason for killing myself. It says that life sometimes feels like a party that you've been at for a while. And even though it's a really cool party, and even though you're totally happy that you were invited, you just kind of feel like getting out of there now, which is totally true. But I probably should have just gone to sleep instead of writing it. We always hope there's simple reasons behind everything anyone does, but we feel our way into them. Maybe my friend's wife abandoned him because she felt angry or tired or bored or who knows what. Once in a while, I come across that phrase to know all is to forgive all. I was in England in 1979. The number one song that summer was I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats. It's about a 16-year-old girl from San Diego who shot up her school. She killed 2 people and injured 9, which is a pretty crappy score by modern American school massacre standards. When she was asked why she had murdered innocent children, she famously told them how she was feeling, because that seemed like a good reason to her. I don't like Mondays, she said. At first, I wasn't sure how to feel about my suicide note. I probably had my reasons for writing it, but I don't need to know them. That's why I enjoy Pragma, my deep friendly love. My wife and I are like 2 wildlife biologists, watching each other as if we were watching a strange species in its natural habitat. We're sometimes surprised by what we see, but we just sit and watch it go down. We don't expect explanations, we're just observing. A few years ago, I bought a new pair of sunglasses online and mentioned to my wife they were aviators, which is a popular style of sunglasses for old white guys like me. When they arrived, she said, "Oh, I thought you meant flying goggles." Never once did she question such a bizarre choice. If I felt that wearing flying goggles around town was a good idea, she felt that I probably had my reasons. Reasons are just feelings with stubbornness behind them. It's fun to be able to hang out at the cool party of life like a wildlife biologist, just watching strange creatures do strange things without feeling stubborn feelings about it all the time. My suicide note is misplaced again now somewhere in my archive of bad juvenile art. But when I find it again, I'm going to rip that fucking thing up and piss on it.